Hello, it's Tamara Hunter, and today is day number 342 of 365 Days of Awesome. Celebrate success through service. And we have a special show to you for you all today. It's so special that I'm ready. I'm ready. We have our service hero back, RaeAnn Gardner. RaeAnn is someone that I met in Chicago, not an accident at all. And the sequence of events that have taken place since have been nothing short of miracles. And she has now joined our movement to create the 36-hour streaming live event for Chemo Buddies for Life, our Give-A-Thon that is taking place in 14 days. I know she's been helping us with so many different things. And then on top of it, she just shared a post in the last couple days that actually touched me in such a way that I just want to say I am so honored to have you here today in this special show. Welcome, RaeAnn.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back. Hey, just to mention, I can't see you, so I don't know.
That's okay.
Okay.
I was
like last time.
Yeah, let's just make sure that we're live and everything is good, because right now all indications look like they are. I'm just gonna go here right now on my little handy dandy phone to make sure. Yep, we see you. So we're good. We're good. All right. Good. So, since you were here last, I know that we've gotten very busy. You joined our volunteer team and you jumped right in, and it's like, okay, yeah, you're doing this and then you're doing that, and oh, thank you, Carol Brown, one of our ambassadors and one of our co-producers. Hello. She is telling us, yes, she sees us both. Thank you. I mean, that's part of the production piece of it, Thank you for watching us and being here to join us on this special show. Why don't we kind of like bring people up to date? Some people may not have seen the show that we had together, and so let's talk about you, how we met, and then we'll go into what it is that we're going to really talk about today.
Okay. So how we met was, you were a contestant on the Next Impactor, and I was one that was kind of kicking back and watching everybody being a part of the contest and supporting people and watching you guys grow immensely and what you guys were doing. And I had gotten an invitation to go out to Chicago. And at the time I was medically going through a lot of things, but through a lot of little miracles, I was able to get there and meet up with you and Mikey on the first day. And we connected right away, which was fabulous. And then to watch you win the competition. So that's how we met. I met you in person. I have been watching you online and everybody, and so what an experience that really was for me. So
sorry guys, I just started coughing. Excuse me. It's been a couple of days.
That time of year, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so hopefully that's gone. I just it's live show, and so yes, you saw me grab the top cough drop. Okay, so now we can go forward. Okay, so yes, so we met in the middle of the night too.
True. After a day of travel and chasing you guys down, I found you. I caught up with you.
Yep. And then it just continued from there. We just had amazing experiences, and we've got Noelle Agape that's that has joined us. So good to see you, Noelle. So many amazing people involved in our movement. Noelle has
Oh,
joined
hello,
us,
Noelle.
part of our health and healing and wellness team. We've, you know, what do you think about, you went back to Chicago, and because you felt kind of called to it in a way, and we shared that when we had the show before, and when you were there, we talked about that. And now many of the people that are working with us in this nonprofit and helping with this program that we're having in 2 weeks, and to create a movement that is going to affect the world, many of them are people that we both got to meet for the very first time face to face in Chicago,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, yes, yes. Which was incredible to meet people face to face that you've been dealing with online or in these groups for some for years, a couple years. So,
Yes, and now to be working in such a, I mean, there's so many people that are putting so many hours in for a program that is a complete nonprofit, that that they are being, one reason or another, called for this, and making a difference. And so sorry.
it's
Um,
okay.
um, the question I have is, you've now experienced something, and I really want to explore that, because you touched me in such a way in the last couple of days that, I'm not surprised that right now I'm even got a bit of a cough, because I think it just has something to do with this message is so important, and things like this sometimes happen. However, we're going to get through this, and we're going to talk about it, because when I first started working on this nonprofit and really committing my whole entire life to it, my every waking moment, basically, for the last so many years, um, the vision was that we would be able to support the people that are currently going through cancer, possibly going through testing one way or another, those that are currently in treatment, those that have gotten through treatment, and possibly help some to prepare to gain their wings. Um, then also to support those people that love and support them while they're going through it. However, a big piece of it, because I was experiencing it, was to help those people that were the support people, the family, those left behind. It could have been decades ago, and yet they still, when they talk about that person, welled up, choked up,
Mm-hmm.
tears. I was one. I was one of them. Talk about what happened to you, if you don't mind, just in the last, week or so.
What's been going on is I have come up with so many memories that I had forgotten about. And I lost Sarah at, she was 19 years old, and it has been a long time. And I had forgotten things. And doing this work, especially when I'm doing writing for the website or for things, there's something inside of me that triggers, and I start to remember all these different memories of her. And it has really brought her to life again for me. It has brought conversations I had forgotten that we've had. And it's almost like this perfect timing for me that I'm ready to hear what was said all those years ago. And it's almost like it was kept in a vault or something until the right time. And so for the last couple of weeks, I have just been in full on memory mode, thinking about her and Memories will pop in my head randomly. I'll feel very motivated at times where I need to write. I need to do it right now. I can't wait on it. I have to do it. And so thank God for, a cell phone where you could just pop it into your notes, because when it starts to flow, it flows. And so memories of her have been coming in, and even the painful ones, the ones where I knew I was going to lose her, or where she told me her cancer was back and she hadn't told her family, um, and and things like that. And it's just been such a gift to remember her, because she was such a huge, bright light in this world. And she touched so many lives in the short amount of time that she was here with us. And I was just very privileged to have met her when I was 4 years old and she was two. And that friendship just stayed solid and true, even when she had to move away, about 2.5 hours away from me. And we kept that friendship going. So it's just been really wonderful to think about her. And also, she has the memories of her and her soul have rekindled things in me, such as writing, because I stopped writing for a long. I haven't written things like this in a very long time. Oh, there she is. She's
That
beautiful.
that's her, right? That's her
Yeah,
senior
that's
picture.
her senior picture right before she lost all her hair. Yeah,
And she
she's
was
just
your best friend, right? Like
just
like a
my
sister.
best friend in the world. She was my person. She was always my person. Um, we played every single day when she
Good.
lived by me. We were out all the time running through the fields, climbing trees, in the tree swing, building forts. We both had brothers. We were both only girls. And so we had a lot of fun. We had a good time.
And I mean, look at that energy. You can see when you're talking about her, that light and that just that feel. Um,
Yeah.
and you can see that. And so she when I saw your post, and I got to you, I'm like, okay, you really, you touched me, and I asked you to share it and create, even more, and so that we could we could share it with others, for a blog. And we had already had this show scheduled
Yeah.
when that happened. So it was like,
Yeah.
whoa, there's no accidents here. And
Mhm.
because I had actually asked you to go on a few days before, and you were like, no, that just won't work. This
Right.
day I can get together. And within that time, you posted about this experience and what we're about to share too.
Mhm.
you I got to you and asked you to include that information into the blog that we're creating for the website, and you agreed to do that. And then I got an overwhelming sense of the full circle that this is now starting to really move forward, because of the fact that this is one area that I hadn't witnessed yet. Someone besides myself, I had witnessed it for myself, um, in regards to my own situation with my grandfather, because he passed when I was pregnant with my first son. And
Mm.
that was a long time ago. And I couldn't talk about that for the longest time without getting choked up.
Mhm.
However, working with the buddies and being a part of this community and being able to share and see the gifts, and to be able to do it in a way with the humor, hope, and heart that we do, it just it transformed that for me. And so then, yes, I started being able to go and then revisit pictures and revisit memories and look at them in a whole different way. And what a gift, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
So,
definitely.
so when you did this, and and I witnessed it because I was looking at a Facebook feed. I saw your post about, I'm going to bring it up, about this item here. Okay, where is it? Okay, I'm going to have to copy it in. Okay, give me a moment, guys. It's been a busy day, and I really want to share this. Um, you shared this picture in the post, and
Yeah.
you told the story about it. Why don't you tell us the story about this, and then we'll go on, because I'm going to bring it, actually I'm going to put it back onto this other view, and so that people can have a good look at it. I'm going to take the
Hmm.
names down. Okay, so let's talk about this.
Okay. Um, I had gotten home from a very busy day this one night, and I had just this overwhelming feeling of I wanted to create something. I had been writing and been doing that, for the Chemo Buddies and stuff, and it's just started to open these feelings of things I haven't done in a really long time. And so I pulled out a canvas and some paints, which we have in our house because my daughter is always painting and creating. And I pulled out a canvas, and my husband was actually like, "What are you doing? It's really late." And he's like, "We should be going to bed." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, nope, I got to do this. I got to do this right now." And it was just this overwhelming feeling. And so I took out the canvas and the paints, and I started painting, and I had no idea where I was going with it, what I was going to do. I just kind of just let it flow. And I had music playing. I had earbuds in and music playing, because I'm very moved by music. And so I sat there and I painted, and I actually just got lost in the world of creating this. And it kept expanding and growing and layers to it. And I still had no idea where it was going. And and then I ended up looking at the colors, which obviously, if you look at my hair, the painting kind of matches what's going on my head. But purple and teal and all that. And then all of a sudden, I painted, I can't see it in this picture, but there's a ribbon hidden in one of the petals. And it's the, universal color for Cancer.
Right.
And as I was listening to the music and I'm thinking about Sarah and all these memories of us, um, I remember being in a camper in her driveway, and we were listening to Amy Grant. And we loved Amy Grant, and we were just singing and singing. So I'm remembering all these memories, and all of a sudden, I finally realized I'm done. The painting is done. And I set down my brush and I looked at it, and I just burst out into tears
Yeah.
because I had not picked up a paintbrush and painted since I lost her.
Yeah.
And so I did one of those wine paintings. I don't really count that, because it wasn't my creation. You're
Right.
copying someone else. This
Right.
was me. This was me. And it was me just going with the flow and letting the emotions come out. And that's what was created. And so it was a very emotional moment for me, and I just cried. And I cried not in sadness. I wasn't sad. I was happy. I was like,
Right.
I feel like I'm finding myself through all this experience, that I'm coming back to life, that it's touching a part of my soul by being volunteering for something that's so important to me. It's one thing to give a donation, right? And give it to the American Cancer Society and you give it in her name. I've done that many times. This is different. I feel like I'm doing something bigger and something more, and her spirit is with me, guiding me along the way. And I feel like that I'm being reminded of the person that I am.
Mhm.
And so that's what this painting means to me. It's reminding me of who I am and how she affected my life
Mhm.
and how important she's still so important to me. You
Mhm.
know, so important. She's just a part of me and and my story.
Mhm.
Gosh, I just love her picture. I love her so much.
And 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 this is even that much more of a full circle because as I'm hearing the story, as I'm seeing your hair, as I'm looking at the colors of the picture, as I'm seeing her amazing face, and I'm realizing that also the colors are the new branding colors of Chemo Buddies for Life and the Give-A-Thon. And
Exactly.
and I'm thinking full circle in multiple different ways. In fact, before we even went live, I was like, I was tongue tied because the emotions are just so incredibly real here.
Mm,
And that is what is so, it validates in so many ways that we are building something that, yes, I've known and I've been out there and representing it for a while, but the fact that I saw this in the Facebook feed from you talking about this nonprofit, Chemo Buddies for Life, the nonprofit,
mhm,
and the breakthrough and the validation that, yes, because when we first started this and talking with the doctors and the nurses and the therapists, there's a lot of due diligence that went into this. And it
mhm,
was, brought up that the support people really do need to be able to heal. And that's when I actually was like, and there needs to be no time limit on that. There needs to not be any prerequisite to time
mm,
because healing can take place throughout our lives, and and I knew that because of my own experience. And then to have your writing, which you write so beautifully, how
thank
I
you.
feel about it. I did not know you were an artist. You are definitely an artist. As I'm studying this, I'm like, ooh, and now I see this, and now I'm seeing that. It's like, ooh, this is so cool. And it's a happy, and it just is like it feels like that eternal, that eternity, like the new birth coming out, and the teal and the purples, and it's just, there's just so much going on.
Mhm,
You even included the color that the hearts, from the hearts. I mean, I see it all. And what an incredible experience for you and your family. I mean, just for your husband had to have been like, "Wow, you're what?" Right?
yeah. The next day, I left the painting on the table and I wasn't home all day. And when I got home, my daughter jumped off the chair. She couldn't wait to tell me how beautiful it was and how moved. She said she was moved by it. And my husband had sent me a text and a message and just saying, like, wow, it's so beautiful. And in fact, when I was painting, I lost time. Like time disappeared. Everything disappeared. It was just me, my brush, and the canvas. And that hasn't happened in a really long time. And I think when you do that, it's healing
Yeah.
because you're out of your head and you're
Mm-hmm.
into your soul. You're into the person that you are. I think we spend a lot of time in our brain, and our brain can confuse things, and our brain can lead us down all these different paths. When I was painting, nothing else existed except for my brush and that canvas. Not knowing what was going to come out, had no idea where I was even going to start. And I lost a lot of time. And actually I didn't go to bed till like
Yeah.
5:30 that morning.
I know, because you and I were actually visiting
We
that
were.
morning, and you said, "Yeah, I haven't even been to bed yet," and I'm like,
I
"Really?"
had, and I didn't feel tired. I was just so exhilarated and so happy, and remembering her in such a great way, like remembering the climbing the trees and playing the games outside and the tire swing. I mean, the tire swing, we spent so much time out there having great conversations, singing, and I had a great childhood where I grew up, and to be able to have the freedom to roam, and it was really great to go back there, and then to finish the painting and then go, wow, you know, um, I was very moved by it, and just I didn't know if I was going to post about it. I had reached out to a couple of people and I'm like, I don't know, but I
Yeah,
really felt like I need to tell this story. I
yeah,
need to tell that how I'm working with Chemo Buddies for Life, how it's healing me. Or I don't even know if it's healing, it's just waking me up. It's
oh.
waking up things inside of me, gifts inside of me.
Well, and we're getting a lot of comments. I want to be posting them as we're going and not ignoring. And you guys, yes, bring them on. Um, that you are a blessing to all of us, RaeAnn. And
Thank
then
you.
Mandy, thank you for supporting us. She has supported us, and she's saying it's just beautiful. And
Oh, thank you.
Helene is here.
Hello.
One of our Chemo
Hi.
Buddies for Life, one of mine, and
Yes.
healing through art is what we're really talking about, and we've been talking a lot about that with Christopher Kaysen, who is one of everybody's favorites, of course, one
Yes.
of ours, and that actually inspired Helene to start doing some
Oh,
art.
that's amazing. I don't know if you can see it. This picture behind me is
Yeah, I see it.
Christopher's.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
so. I thought so. It looked
Yep.
like it.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. And I look at that all the time. I love that painting, and when he put a heart on my post, I was like, Christopher put a heart on my post of my painting, because you're a little freaked out, like how is what are people going to think of what you did, it's I have a lot of beautiful people who are beautiful artists in
Mm-hmm.
my life, so it was a little nerve-wracking to put it out there. And after I did, though, I was just like, yeah, no matter what it is, no matter what it looks like, it's a part of me, and
Exactly.
it's a part of my story. And even as I was doing it, I wasn't subconsciously, that's what needed to come out. And so like I said, it's finding that purpose again. It's finding these gifts that have just been buried by life,
Right. Right.
and
Right.
I feel like it's an awakening of some sort that's going on because something's going to happen that's going to bust out through all this time that I have been sick and injured and just in this dark place. I've always been positive about everything that's been going on since my car accident, Brian's car accident. Always had known that there's something bigger coming, but
Mm-hmm.
now I feel like it's closer. It it just things are coming out. I'm writing. I didn't write before. I haven't written like this um, in a very long time. So it's just opening these doors that are very exciting, that have been dormant for a really long time.
And and I just have to say thank you for being so open about this, because the whole idea of what we are all doing, I mean, so many people, we have such a huge amount of people that are donating so many hours
Mhm.
each. I
Mhm.
mean, incredible. I mean, some of them I really, because like I didn't get to sleep last night,
Mhm.
and it was one of those, and because I'm up with different people through the night,
Yes.
and because this one can work then, because this is not their day job. This is, this is the volunteer, and I want to be able to be a part of, okay, if they have a question or whatever may be needed. And then, and then we are in different time zones, because this is national, international. We've got
Yes.
people throughout the world involved, and
Mhm.
some closer, Canada and the United States right now totally involved, and we have those that are outside of this area that want us to be there so badly. And that is
Mhm.
what a lot of the driving factor of this is, because we all see the vision. We have seen the vision. We're working towards the vision so that we
Mhm.
can have the platform to take care of this. And yet we've also known, as we've been doing this, is that we need to take care of the here and now too. And so it's been that
Mhm.
fine balance.
Mhm.
And to have it be that, if you will, a major aha, major ta-da, major wow moment took place with you serving, when we didn't even, I didn't see it coming. And
Yeah.
you know, and yet what a gift for all of us, because what it is doing is it's validating right now everything we're working on, everything that we're doing, why we're doing it, and that we know what we're doing is going to truly change the world, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I did that interview with Barbara, and I've
Yes.
been thinking about that interview ever since because I I have dealt with um, trying to have a child. It took
Mhm.
us 13 years to have her, and I was telling the story because when you're a person who can't have a child, it's kind of taboo. People don't talk about it. As my four other brothers are producing babies, you know, at a high rate of speed, I can't have a child myself.
Right, the
My mom,
girl. Yeah.
I'll give you an example. My mom has 17 grandchildren. I produced one of those. So,
Wow. And how many brothers?
right, I have four brothers. Yes.
Wow. Okay. So that, yeah, that's a fair, yeah. I was it
Yes.
like boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
huh?
yes,
Yeah. Oh, I
yes,
bet.
yes.
Yeah.
My youngest one has seven children. And it's funny because he'll get the question like, are they all from the same mom or.
Oh.
And I just love giving the answer like, we're Catholic, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, we
So,
believe in humor too. Daily dose of it.
yeah,
I love
yes, daily dose of
it.
humor. Yes. So I always say, my gosh, I produced one and it took me forever to do that. Well, while you're going through that, um, it's almost like taboo to talk about the struggles that you're going through. And I think a lot of people go silent. And I know I did too, because without a great team of doctors and an OB who had such strong intuition and listened to her gut, um, when I had a test done, the radiologist said, "Oh, it's just an air bubble in the uterus. It's fine." And my doctor's like, "No, something feels off. Something feels off." And then she apologized to me and said, "I'm going to put you through this test, and it's no fun. It's no fun. But I need to know." And that is when they found I had a polyp and had to go into surgery and that it was cancerous. And it's funny how we didn't talk about it. We didn't talk about it. And then you end up fighting it alone.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
don't want people to fear talking about it because I know that people, you could look at this two ways. If you make a post and you say, "Hey, I found this out," there might be people you're fearful that you people might think that you're trying to have a pity party.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want to come across that way, my thing is you're telling a story that someone might be silently suffering from and thinking they are the only person dealing with this or they have no one to talk to. And I don't, I have this newfound like tell the story. Tell the
Yeah.
story. And that's what Chemo Buddies for Life is. There it's a support system to go to and to
Mm-hmm.
talk about it without the judgment or the fear of the judgment.
Right.
Because I believe we can end up helping a lot more people by telling our story.
Right.
And then
Right.
if you find out, like I tell my story, and then Barbara's like, "Oh, I had the same cancer." I'm like, "What?" You know?
Right.
And then you have this connection with someone who went through the same thing. And she actually had the same feelings. You know, I didn't have to go through chemo and radiation. So really, I don't consider myself um, a cancer survivor. And she's like, "You're a cancer conqueror, you
Right.
know?"
Right.
You
That's
and
right.
but it's because it's so taboo to talk about, and especially in that area of you know, you're not being able to have kids. And I
Mm-hmm.
just don't want someone else to suffer through that. And that's why this Chemo Buddies for Life has just opened up all these things inside of me. Like, we don't need to stay silent. We don't need to. And that people can learn from us, you know, and they can grow or they
Mm-hmm.
can find a support system. And that's
Right.
what's being created.
Exactly. And thank you for sharing all of that because as I'm listening to it, I'm thinking exactly again that you're such a great example of what this is all about, and Barbara is. And when both of you came into my world, both of you, I really didn't even understand that you had both been touched by cancer. There was reasons that both of you came in,
Hmm.
and then all of a sudden the stories start happening. And this is where, when I talk about, when I've been doing the countdown show, and we've been doing the Service Hero show, we brought it back, and so that we could be talking with our volunteers, and then some of
Hmm.
the entertainers are going to be coming on here soon, and really be able to explore the fact that we can help people move. We've been talking about that, move through this. It doesn't have to define them. We're not
Hmm.
saying that necessarily they're going to forget about it. We're not going to say that they're going to be exactly who they were before. We're not misrepresenting anything. However, when you think about the examples that we're sharing right now, you are actually, there's movement. When you picked up that brush and you took out that canvas, and then you allowed yourself to go into a place and time that was void of really time, and
Hmm.
go into it, that that place that is very, it is, there is healing properties that many of the healers that are involved with us, many of the people that have scientific knowledge,
Hmm.
they'll say yes, there is, and yes, we
Hmm.
can back that up, and yes, Like if you're going into you're crossing from the conscious to the unconscious brain, and you're dealing with that in that bridging, and you're doing it with the music and the art, and you're grounding it with that, something concrete, something that it's, that you can touch. And so that moment in time now is forever anchored in you as a time. And look at you. I mean, there is just a glow, the glow. And I don't know about you guys, but right now my knees are going off, and that's what happens. But look at the glow that's happening here. There's no coincidence. This is real. And to have it happening now, I'm thinking there's no question in my mind that there's perfect timing in this, because of the fact we are visibly talking about creating the next level within this program so that we can take it out there to everybody that needs it. And we are doing that with creating this 36 hours of entertainment, inspiration, stories, and the machine, the major, huge machine that's been put into place, and that our illustrious advisor and coach has been helping us to oversee, the Bald Avenger, Jason Cisneros, and the other coaches involved with winning the first Global Next Impactor. It is always about the one, is what we talk about. And today we're talking about you being the one. Isn't that incredible?
It has, you say I glow. I feel like I'm waking up from a really deep sleep that I've been in for a while. And the accident was maybe I don't want to say maybe. The accident happened for a reason. And it put me through an experience that has brought me to this day, to today, where I'm waking up to the gifts that I have, and to meeting people like you and finding, like, I'm like, I want it all in. I want it all in because it fits. No more just, writing a check or giving a donation. It's like, no, I want to impact this in a much bigger way, the way that it's impacting me.
Right.
And I want that for other people, because I feel like I'm waking up, and there's this joy in it. There's this powerful passion to find out, how can I do more? How can I serve others more? And I've kind of been, what I've been saying is that I'm a blank canvas. I'm a blank canvas, and I don't know where I'm going to go, right? I have been saying that for a while.
Yes.
Because I
You
don't.
even told me when we first talked, and I'm like, okay, you're a branding person? Okay, I need your help. And you're like, okay, well, I get it. And when we were first talking about it, yes, you were. And yes, now, let me ask you this. As you're talking, from that conversation, I remember it, from that conversation to today, what have you experienced?
I have started to paint my canvas. It's not blank. I have visions and I have goals, and it's starting to appear in front of me. And it's things that I would have never thought, staring at that blank canvas, that's what I was doing. I was staring at a blank canvas, feeling empty in my mind, in my soul, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Everything has changed. The person that I was, who went to work every day for 23 and a half years and loved everything that I did, loved my job, all of that was gone.
Right.
And so to sit there and stare at something that's so blank and go, I don't know, Jason Cisneros talks about your why, and I'm like, I don't know my why. I don't know. I don't know. Stop asking. Stop, because I don't know. And I was getting very frustrated. I had no idea that by someone asking me to write a paragraph or someone asking me to do something would awaken this inside of me. And now I feel like my canvas is starting to appear, it's starting to be drawn out, and maybe writing is something I'm going to be doing.
I wouldn't be
Because when
surprised.
I go into it, I feel such a passion and a fire. And that's what
Mm.
you should feel, right? And it's like, well, maybe that's my superpower. And then I pick up a paintbrush and I'm like, what just happened? And there was so much emotion. And I feel like these things are awakening inside of me. And I believe it is leading me down wherever path I'm going to be going. It's awakening things inside of me so that I know a path that I can take and not sit there and go, I don't know my why.
And that's huge.
Yeah.
Um, Colleen is saying thank you for being alive today and always.
Oh,
And we all appreciate you. You know,
thank you, Helene. Thank
I
you.
I am totally in agreement, Helene. I so appreciate her and and in truth, I can tell you that right now today this has been a gift to me because it's a validation of, we've had so many validations in certain areas within the Buddies network and within this program. However, to see the way that this all came together and then to see how it is absolutely helping, because it's about life and it's about getting through and it's about getting onto the other side. I talk about it all the time, getting
Hmm.
through and going on, and not letting that moment in time define you. And it can block you up. It can. And that's where many times people don't even realize that they're in that blocked situation
Hmm.
until all of a sudden they're not. And then it's
Hmm.
like, whoa, wow, I was in a fog, or now, now look at this energy I have. Now look at this direction. Look at, and to be living this with you and to experience it in the way that I have. I just want to thank you for sharing all of it with us, because it is that much more of a validation that what we are doing is priceless. It's powerful, it's needed, and it is going to be healing so many people, and in a different way than many of the other nonprofits that are wonderful that are
Hmm.
out there helping to heal. But we're doing it in a whole different way. We're doing it with a community and with each other, and it not being a bloated nonprofit, it being people that are volunteering to help with each other, that are truly buddies, and they're
Hmm.
serving the community. And that is what is also a big model for this nonprofit, and will always be. We've written it into the bylaws that it must be controlled by the community. At least
Hmm.
51% of those that are on the board, 51% of all people hired need to qualify as a buddy, because we will, for generations, be able to keep it like this, where we're serving each other and have these kind of breakthroughs and this kind of movement going forward. Just think. about what the possibilities are, right?
It's so huge. And the team of people that has come together for since you asked me to join,
Yeah.
I just have to say, like, every one of them has this special gift, and they are so amazing. I can go through, and I'm meeting up with people that I know are meant to be in my life
Right.
because they are going to help me excel, and I want nothing more than to help them excel and see the beauty that they have in them and how amazing they are. And everybody who is working so hard, and there's so many different kind of people. You have the accountant person who, if you ask me to do it, I'll tell you I quit accounting at college. I quit. I just walked away from it. Um, because I'm not meant to do that. But such talent, or the person who keeps you in compliance, right? Not me, not me. But the person who's doing it, incredible.
Right.
You know, and the people who stand behind you and do the work, and the website, the tech people, all this different kinds of people from all walks of life coming together, and we all share this connection. And I didn't realize it, not even the first couple meetings, our leadership meetings. And then all of a sudden you start messaging back and forth, and you see the gifts that they have, and you're just in awe. And it's like, Tamara, you have brought us together. You have brought us together, and it's changing my life, and I know it's changing other people's lives. And then on top of that, you're creating something that will go global, because this is global. Everybody has been touched in some way, shape, or form, or wants to help someone who is going through cancer, been through cancer, by being a buddy or being the person who needs a buddy.
Right.
And it's such a magical thing. And your vision is so clear. And I believe by bringing us all together, your vision is going to become even more clear and excel and explode. And I know that's what's going to happen. And people are going to see this program, and they're going to be, I want to be a part of that. If it's
Mm-hmm.
donating money, awesome, because that's what we need, right? We still have to build. We need
Yeah,
money to build.
yeah,
So
that's
it's our
that's that's
job.
our step right now. That's what we need to be able to go to the next level. Yes.
Yes, so donate. You can go on my Facebook page and find you, and the website, to be able to go and donate, no matter what amount it is. $5. Imagine even if every person did $1. How fast that can add up.
Yeah.
It's not like you need to go out and find those $10,000 people. There are people who will do that because they have that talent,
Mhm.
you know. Um, it's just such a powerful thing that is so needed. And through volunteering and doing this, it's changing my life. And I'll keep telling those stories. I'll keep telling them because I think people need to hear that. And people need to know that, yeah, you can be struggling, you can be going through the worst time of your life, but the moment you stop thinking about yourself and how much pain you are in, and you give of yourself to someone else, it'll awaken something inside of you and change your life.
Exactly. Well, that is why we have this show. That
Mhm.
right there is why this service hero show. And today is day number 342.
Love
342
it.
segments of this show, and it was completely inspired to share for our buddies that there are people out there serving each other, and to highlight the small acts of kindness to huge acts of kindness and service. And many of them have been buddies, and because we do encourage the buddies to serve each other. And I agree with you on our dream team of volunteers. And I want to highlight the fact that it's been a very short period of time that we have pulled off some amazing things because of these people, because of the fact that, in truth, I was running for the next impactor and didn't know if we won. I had to put that all that energy in to that moment in time to then be able to take all of what we won, the resources and the people, and translate them into this movement. And so then it was like, okay, no time to rest, time to get
Yeah.
going again.
Yes, yes.
And everybody's been showing up. So as we start to get to the top of the hour, I have here donate today at cb4l.org. And we're going to be loading your story, the blog, here soon into the blog area. We've got blogs coming, guys. They're coming. So give us a little time because we are a volunteer group. And so as soon as they get loaded, we're going to be able to see more content coming on board. There's so much that we're all preparing for everyone in the website and for the 36-hour event. What do you want to say about that?
About the event?
Yes.
Or just
the 36-hour event?
The 36-hour event. There is so many amazing things that are happening and being pulled together for this. And I'm so excited about it. And I just want everybody who's connected to me, I want you there. I want you there. And I know you can't be there for 36 hours straight, but show up at some point. And it'll probably be at a point that you need to hear it, or it might touch you in a certain way. But I want the people that I know to show up because of how important it is to me. But I also know they've all been touched too. And it's 36 hours. I grew up watching the marathon. That was my favorite time, and all the different things happening. And this is basically what that is. We're going to be entertained by comedians. We're going to be entertained by music. We're going to be entertained by healings. There's so much happening, and it's just going to be a very, very awesome experience for everybody who comes and joins in and gets involved. Even if it's watching and then making a donation, it's going to touch people's lives.
Yeah.
It's going to be an amazing event.
And it's the second annual. Just keep coming back because we're gonna this is going. Just have the idea, guys, that this is going to be huge in every which way, and yet it is always about the one. It is about the one. So, what pearls of wisdom would you like to leave us with today?
I want to say that no matter what you're going through, find the people that light you up, that ignite that flame inside of you, and then embrace what's coming, because it's quite a ride. And I didn't know what was coming for myself. But I also believe by what I'm going through, I have other people in my life who are now experiencing things and waking up. Every day is a choice, right? It's a choice to get out of bed. It's a choice to be kind to someone. It's a choice to look up when you're walking and smile. And these are the things, they're little things that don't cost money, that you could do every single day, and be that person and find what your superpower is, and then go out and serve, because you are just going to grow and grow, and you're going to help other people do the same. And I'm just so appreciative for Chemo Buddies for Life, for what it has done for me, and for the people that are connected to it, and the friends that I now have. So I'm just so grateful, Tamara. I'm so grateful that your vision is just so strong, and your belief in it is so strong that you make us believe that we could do it. So I'm just very grateful. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. As we close this amazing hour, this special hour. I mean, it's a special hour that I'll never forget. Of Service Heroes, show number 342. I think that's even a cool number.
I love that number. I love it.
Yeah. So, of 365 days of awesome, celebrate success through service. RaeAnn Gardner, I want to say thank you, first of all, for taking my phone call when I said, I need your help, and listening to me forever go on, and then say, I'll think about it. And then coming and opening your mind to it. And now being all in. The evolution of witnessing it in actually a short period of time has been a gift to me. And then to when you decided to share your experience in regards to your loved friend, your art, the writing, all of it, when you decided to share, you gave a gift to not only myself, but to the world. And in turn, to find out it's giving a gift back to you, that's a full circle. And that is priceless. You can't put a price on that. And that is truly what I believe we are doing. We are creating something that we will have many priceless stories, I believe, that will keep coming to us, and it will keep going. And we literally are going to be changing the world 1% at a time.
Exactly.
Thank you. All right, everybody. See you all tomorrow. And fundraising team, if you're here, we are going to have a meeting today at 4:00 p.m. Pacific time, 7:00 p.m. Eastern time. All right. See you later. Bye.
All right, thank you. Bye.